What is up, you beautiful people? If you guys didn't see it, we took the sweep, I believe is a sports preference or terminology. We won another Zenkai Cup, so that means I've gone to 3 events in a row and I've won all three, so that feels good. But this is best of one and it's webcam, so we can't put too much credit into it. Let's be honest. You just kind of, it's a little bit more sacky, and we're playing a sacky deck, so that makes sense. So, you see some of the stuff is the same. Senzu Bean, amazing card. It's a 3 of. My build, if that I say is optimized, might be a 4 of. We lowered Smoke to 1. Yellow is almost unplayable at this point. I think this is a sideboard card. Gamma plays it. That's probably the only deck you care about. Videl is still a 4 of. Baby Golden Avenger. Cannot wait for these to come from the new set coming out. You can't see it because it's currently blocked, but we have the dependable Goku. This is my big card that I use to win. Ironically, this is what you use on aggro. You don't actually defend with this card. It's meant to be offensive. We have a Piccolo, which you can't see. I'll move my face for a second. One. Boop. Let's try this. Am I locked? Uh-oh. Everyone just left. All right. Okay. We're going to go face, go away for a second. Boop. There we go. I don't know how to do the rest of the stuff. All right, we have Goku Black, also just solid card. Very good. It's a 2 of. Some lists are on 3. The card is actually surprisingly hard to play. You really want it against some of your more aggro matchups. So I played against AOD, for example. Against AOD, you start comboing some cards so that way you can rival this guy whenever you're ready for it. And then we got Pan. She's a 3 of. She works with Piccolo. Just amazing. Some decks run 4. Not a bad idea because it does suck when you don't have it. We still have 3 Vegeta. We got 3 Gohan. Still the same. This card is primarily how you win on 3. So you want to be at 4 life, attack with a different battle card that's still in play. And then if you're still have the chance to attack, like so for example, you attack with your Piccolo. You only attack once on turn 2. Then on your turn 3, you play Gohan on the first swing of Piccolo, bottom deck some card, and then you play Son Gohan, attack, 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 and then awaken your leader. That's kind of the optimal way to play your turn if you can, but it means that you've taken some life and you've been aggressive with your resources. We only run 1 Beerus Ball. I think I'm probably one of the only people who run this low amount. I just don't like the card on offense. I want to combo. You can, with Zenkai Energy, a good opponent can beat you with no cards in hand. I just did it against somebody today who was playing Vegex. So like I had to discard my whole hand. Excuse me, I just used my Z deck to kill him. Like I didn't need cards in my hand to win. Then of course we have my SCR. This is how I beat the Beerus Mirror for the last round, or the Beerus matchup. He went first. He got to a point where I automatically would lose the game if he resolved 1 more turn. He had 12 energy. I assumed at this point he had his SCR. That means he just plays a 6-drop, ramps some cards, and then plays the Goku SCR, wins the game automatically. So we had to kill our opponent by being very, very aggressive. And he used Android 17 on us. We were able to have enough cards in our hand to just keep botting him. And then we barely got there. I think at the end of it, he couldn't combo out. And then that would be like his whole hand. And then with his last life, I put his Borgos back in his hand with Gohan to win. But had I had this earlier in the game, it probably wouldn't have got there. Like that's the problem with SCRs, right? If you don't see him early, like it doesn't help much because you're already won at that point with other resources. UI Kamehameha, if you want, you could run 3 of this card. It is solid. The fact that it's defensive is amazing. I could see an argument to cut one of these for another UI because UI is blue energy, and then this only draws a card. You know, I could see an argument for it because this is a 15k, this is a 10k. And this is better for getting out of bricks. I just like that on both players' turn. This is a 10k, and it's a Saiyan for your leader's ability. So my preference, I run 2 Champas now. That's just because I never see it at 1, and you need 1 to win the game. Desperate Measures is how you beat Beerus or control decks. This is still the best. Son Goku lets you take a life, and so it's depriving your opponent of a resource, so that's nice. Bardock, I could see up in this card. Blue's the meta, so why not have 3? Why not have 4? Like, you're going to play it on 1, and it just sits there and does value the rest of the game. It effectively makes D-Magic just to take a life negate. It's not as good as take a life untap 2. 1 Zeno, I hate the card. You got to run it because aggro still exists. In my opinion, red is very likely to win Worlds because I think people are going to be dumb, and they're going to bring a bunch of, like, Beerus decks, and then some dude's going to show up with Sin. And Sin will eat Beerus all day. Mechabora, because people are playing Beerus. So you just name Vegeta 6, you name Whis 2, you get them off a turn. So if you are going first, it's even more powerful because hopefully you have both in your hand. You play your first one on turn 2, you get another attack. So 2 attacks turn 2, that's fine. You don't need a ton of aggro against Beerus. And then you name Whis 2-drop. They can't go ahead and ramp. Then later on in the game, you name Vegeta 6. Usually on like turn 4 because they're at 5 energy. And then now they have a bunch of energy, but they can't do anything with it. So that's kind of the goal. And then we have 3 apes. This is the reason I'm doing so well. Ape we're in an ape meta, so it doesn't feel like it. But most of my games today, my opponent had too much aggro, so I had to combo like most of my hand, if not all my hand. And when they did that, I was like, cool. I have no idea how I'm gonna win. Like 100%, I'm in trouble. And then I just be like, cool, draw ape, draw 2, swing with my leader. And then I was back in the game. So this is a card that you run because you're going to lose otherwise. Some people have asked, running Bardock, is it worth it instead? I think Bardock is better if we get away from a blue meta. So if we think red's going to be more popular, green's a great counter to this deck. I can't be tapping 2 just to draw 2. It doesn't stop anything. It doesn't help me much. But against green, I'd rather have Bardock. So that's kind of it. And so, no events till Worlds. So this is it, I think. There might be some event in Vegas. I feel like next week there is an event in Vegas because there's the Treasure Cup. I am not going to go out to that. So good luck to whoever wins it. It'll be fun. Thanks for all the support. You guys have been awesome. Really appreciate everybody. If you know anybody looking for a uncut sheet, I just won one. So happy to ship it to someone. Later.